Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Mechanized Bestiary, where I once again talk about the NPC you could face in Lancer Tabletop RPG. So, let's continue with Cataphract. Cataphract is a mech piloted by people that only knows one thing: charge. Cataphract is fast, and I mean, really, fast. On top of that, nobody can stop its charge, not even if they stand right in their path, you just get stepped on. And with its active defense, anyone that's the closest will not be able to punish Cataphract fully while it delivers its hit right in your face. Solution: anything to make it slowed or immobilized to kill off its biggest advantage, and as much as I want to suggest grappling, don't, if you aren't specifically built for it or you aren't piloting a thick boy. Because guess what, Cataphract wants to grapple too. No matter what, however, the closest player will have to be the distraction or the tank, while everyone else just guns it down. It's not hard to hit despite its speed. You can also just shred it to ignore the entire mechanics completely. In fact, just do this to all other NPC with damage resistance. To the Game Master, Cataphract is a highly mobile anti-close combat striker. It can't do a lot of damage, but it has a lot of tricks up its sleeves, and isolating players by yoinking them apart isn't exactly a difficult task for it. Use it in conjunction with other more ranged-oriented units to give your player a challenge to deal with. Next up, Demolisher. Demolisher is basically a less angry, and bigger version of Berserker, that's slightly better at protecting itself and no less worse at smashing. Unfortunately, it still wants to smash everything really badly. Don't get in the way of its hammer, because it's going to be very painful. In fact, don't even get close, melee attack is near worthless against it, and everything it has is specifically made to deal with anyone that got too close. If you are smaller than it, don't even think about knocking it down. The Demolisher is going to feel nothing from your feeble hit. So how do you deal with Demolisher? First and foremost, don't stand too close, and use all ranged or tech attacks you have.
Oh no!
The Demolisher is slow, and while it has armor, enough hits will get through eventually. To Game Masters, Demolisher is a slow, methodical defender. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, and its primary attack is rather slow too, but put it at a choke point or objective, and the players are forced to deal with it, one way or another. Now, get ready for Engineer. Engineer is, well, yeah, there's basically no difference. But in case someone here never played Team Fortress 2, Engineer is a turret-dropping mech. In fact, everything about the Engineer is its turrets. It can build more of it, it can build many types of it, it can protect its turrets, and do just about any turret-related things you could imagine. The longer you leave the Engineer alone, the more turret it's going to build, and you might be facing a fortress of guns very soon. Solution: murder it fast. Engineer is highly vulnerable to melee and ranged attack, just kill it, fast. Also, don't ever fly towards it. To Game Masters, Engineer is a striker that grows stronger the longer you keep it alive. In short, give it bodyguards, maybe a defender or two, and your players will soon learn the importance of target priority. Next in this episode, Goliath. Goliath is the one and only, size 3 NPC in the Lancer core rulebook, and it's one hell of a tank. Goliath isn't made to dish out punishment, it's made to take punishment, and in fact will gladly force you to attack it as it scrambles your targeting system, making it impossible for you to attack anyone else. Keyword: attack. If you want to attack it anyway, forget about it if you are attacking from any distance that isn't right in its face, which is where it wants you to be. Solution: use every single status and condition inflicting methods you have, especially shredded. Goliath is not something you can fight head on. If you want to fight it up close and personal anyway, use hit and run tactics, or brute force it so hard that you clear its entire health bar in one go. To Game Masters, Goliath is essentially the peak defender unit that can protect just about any other NPC by literally attracting almost all incoming attack, and if anyone got too close, they might find its embrace rather hard to escape from. Use Goliath sparsely in a composition, however, any more than 2 and your players might feel like they are chopping down a really stiff tree rather than fighting a mech. Unless they are Goliath Grunt, in which case what the fuck are you doing, they are completely useless. And finally, Hive. Hive is a mech made out of bees, and many other swarmy scary tiny bitty things. It's going to unleash so many bees, there will be no escaping from the bees. And if you think you can avoid the bees carefully, Hive can just straight up hack you and make you walk into them. So if this incentivizes you to improve your E-defense, you should do it right now. And if it's not bad enough, the bee has flamethrower, so nearly all systems within Hive can do burn damage. Solution: kill this thing fast, really fast, anything you have, just unleash it right now. Also, since Hive primarily deals burn damage, if you are piloting a couple specific mechs, you will basically feel nothing. To Game Master, Hive is a controller that, like Engineer, grows stronger as the game goes on, but thankfully not as rapidly. Hive can very easily control an area they govern, and even if they die, their swarm can still persist and forever control the area. In short, Hive could be a very massive pain in the ass if you play it right. Well, that's all for this episode, and I will see you all next time.